Hey everybody, it's nice to be back. Seem to be a little high in this chair today. Can't quite seem to get it down. Today I'm drinking a new drink, green tea spiked seltzer. Haven't had it before. Just filling up my glass. I've not had a sip, so let's take a sip. It's lemon flavored. Very moderate taste of anything. It's good. It's refreshing. It's not too carbonated. So let's get right into this week. Nice to see everybody once again for a little more reality Mac TV. Because that's what this is. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm a realist. An angry Irish realist, but a realist nonetheless. So, free speech apparently isn't free unless you agree with it. I don't know if anybody has seen the video of Arizona State University where two white students were studying in a multicultural area. Let's get this straight, though. Maybe Arizona State needs a couple of vocabulary lessons, and I'll get back to that. So one of the students had a Police Matter sticker on his laptop. The other one had a I didn't vote for Biden shirt. So two young ladies of color came over to them and verbally abused them. Said that they were white supremacists and they were offended by their whiteness and they didn't belong there. And this is the type of violence that ASU promotes. They also made a statement that the Multicultural Center is not for white people. So many issues here. Now, get back to that vocabulary. Hey, listen. There's no violence. There's no violence at all. It was some verbal abuse by the people of color. And multiculturalism, maybe you want to look at it back. Because it is about all the cultures being together, which we should be doing. It's called diversity, equality, equity. Everyone should be treated the same. Multicultural. I love multicultural because it is awesome. I get to learn and benefit from everybody else's cultures, and hopefully they benefit from mine. I mean, listen, the Irish are good for potatoes, and Irish whiskey can't beat it. But I digress. Those people are fools. Get yourself together and get your heads on straight. Then we have Joe has been relatively quiet this week. He probably has new handlers. We'll let him sleep a little longer because it's easy to take care of. You don't want him walking around aimlessly. But he did come out and say he needs to investigate the Border Patrol cowboys who use their horses to physically stop illegal entry into our country. Illegal entry into our country. These illegals were physically stopped using the horses. Joe didn't like it. The optics were not good. The cowboys should have used the horses. Perhaps they should have said, "Excuse me, illegals, perhaps you shouldn't be coming into our country like this. Can you please go to a registered port of entry to apply for asylum instead of running over our borders like illegals?" I don't know. Me? I just think they were doing their job. What is going on? Is it their job to stop the illegals from coming in? They didn't shoot them, stab them, stun them. They used the horses to kind of round them up and prevent them from coming in. I don't know. Call me crazy. Many of you do. But I think that's okay. Now, Joe, Kamala's been busy this week. Not doing any real work. She's flipping coins at college games. And then she went on The View to see the shrews. And all I wanted to talk about is the vaccine. But the best part about it, before she got on, they had to pull two of the shrews off because even vaccinated, they tested positive. You couldn't beat this for iron if you tried with a stick. This vaccine. The vaccine is separating our country again. So we're separated by gender, race, religion, now vaccine. However, you don't have to worry about the vaccine if you are a judge, a member of the CDC, a member of the WHO, a member of the United Nations, if you are a worker at the White House, if you're a government employee in the Senate, don't have to worry about it. And the Democrats just voted overwhelmingly that illegals do not have to get vaccinated. So they don't need it anyway, only if you're a regular old American citizen. They already have your votes. What are they going to alienate the illegals for? I've said this many times before. Can you imagine that? Americans, vaccinated illegals. No, don't do it. The jazz hands again. They come up every once in a while when I get worked up. But that's what she's doing because there's nothing else going on. Kamala Harris. Then, the mayor of Chicago, another genius, Mayor Lightfoot. And if you ever seen her, she's a very interesting looking woman. Just an interesting looking woman. I'm not going to go any further than that. But if you see her, you know what I'm talking about. She has put forth a bill for her people so she can sue gang leaders for murder, violence, damages. I got an idea, Lightfoot, and that's her name, Mayor Lightfoot. Maybe arrest them? I don't know. Sue them, great. Maybe arrest them and confiscate all their things? I don't know, I'm just saying. Probably a better idea than suing them. You wanted to stop? Arrest them. But that would involve some work. Are you kidding me? Then we have the mayor of San Francisco who violated her own mask policy out one night partying with a large group of people. And her response was, she got caught up in the spirit and didn't want to wear a mask. That is now a valid excuse? Everybody, baby, you don't wear the mask, just get caught up in the spirit. The mayor has set the precedent. Well, California, what do I expect? Then you got the Emmys. Now, figure this. All the schools have their kids 3 feet apart, masks, face shields, teachers wearing masks, everything. But if you go to the Emmys, you can sit right on top of the person, full arena, no mask. I'm thinking COVID's either really smart and not going to go, or COVID didn't get an invite to the Emmys, so they weren't worried. But your kids, they got to wear the masks. Something doesn't seem right there. And speaking of the Emmys, there were no people of color who won any major awards at the Emmys. So immediately the post of the racists went back that the Emmys are racist once again. Now, I love Chadwick Boseman. I thought the guy was incredible. But the feeling was he should win the Emmy because he died. I don't think that is a requirement to win an Emmy. However, they did recognize him, but that is apparently not enough. Emmys are back to being racist. But here we go. We have more shows coming on. There's a new Doogie Howser, and it's a Asian girl who lives in Hawaii. And they said it's much different. It's about a teenager who's a doctor trying to grow up with the trials and tribulations of growing up and being a doctor. Sounds just like Doogie to me, except in Hawaii. You can have some better scenes, maybe some surfing, a pig roast, who knows? Some palm trees, same stuff. No original ideas in Hollywood. Let's just revamp everything and make it more politically correct. Doesn't work, it's probably going to fail also. This green tea's growing on me. Now, I'm noticing here in our area, more and more bus drivers are being arrested for DWI, which is serious. Drinking and driving is very serious to start with. You shouldn't do it. None of us. Now, if you're willing to start drinking before you get on a bus to take children into school, that's a special kind of dirtbag human being. I'm going to just say it because you're making a choice to do this knowing you are transporting children. However, I'm trying to figure out why. I drove past a bar, a local bar, and there's a big sign, now open at 8 p.m. for beer and breakfast. Maybe you're helping these people out, maybe enabling a little bit. And then I go into the local drugstore, CVS, the other day to pick up a prescription because obviously I'm on drugs. So I go to pick up my prescription and I see Fireball right at the register. So I'm thinking, Fireball? So I said to the girl behind the register, I said, you sell Fireball here? She says, oh yeah, it's the same amount of alcohol as in wine. We're allowed to sell it. You don't need a liquor license. That's great. My issue was, it was a little strange that it was at the register where I was picking up my prescription. Now, my prescription clearly says, do not take with alcohol. Why would you have that display there? They sell it to the oxy addicts? I don't know. Again, just saying. But we're enabling, man. Get that out of there. Can you imagine CVS selling a Fireball right next to the prescription medication? Something doesn't seem right there, brother. Something doesn't seem right. Now, little discovery, the Aztecs. The Aztecs apparently were pioneers of women's rights. The pioneers of women's rights. They uncovered thousands of skulls that were sacrificed, and these skulls were equally represented of men and women. They were ahead of the times, baby, sacrificing equally. women's rights. I call that gender equality. They were way ahead of us. However, you know what they didn't find? They didn't find any transgender skulls. Wonder what happened there. Maybe they were against transgenders also. Now, some random thoughts. Does anybody but me think it's weird that when you go into one of these big box stores like Best Buy and spend like $600, you get to the register, and then the girl at the register says, "Hey, I'm gonna have to charge you 5 cents for a bag"? I just spent $6. You think you can spot me 5 cents? I just think that's insanity. 5 cents after just spending 600. I don't know. Again, call me crazy, which many do. Will not dispute that ever. That is not an arguable. I have no leg to stand on that one. And then, can you imagine investigating Trump's taxes for 5 years and getting nowhere, only to find that Whispering Joe owes $500,000? The irony there. I mean, does anybody else see? Is it just me? Pay up, Joe! Pay up, Joe! I know I have to pay every year. How about you, brother? Come on, get one of your handlers to write a check. Now, I was informed recently that I am no longer a bottom tier parent. I moved up 1 tier. So I have that going for me. And I am now on TikTok with the Squirrel Talk. Quick things, what they say every once in a while. Now listen. If you are one of these people for the last 2 years telling us how bad COVID is, how serious it is, it can kill you, but then you are thrilled and excited that somebody you don't like gets COVID and is sick, maybe you're not such a good person. Maybe you should stop telling everybody how much of a good person you are, because you're really a disgusting, disgusting human being. And let me tell you something. It's usually somebody from one side. I'm going to say it again. I've said it before. I'm in the middle pretty much. But you go to the extreme ends of the life and left and right, they're like cultists. We can't dispute that either. Now, here's my words of the week. I have been in an exclusive relationship for the last 5 years with a wonderful man. And here we go, they're all wonderful men. However, I have been recently finding active dating sites. Active. I addressed this with him, and he said he is just looking for some new social drinking partners. I don't drink. What do you think? What do I think? I think they're either very naive or one of the stupid ones. I think perhaps maybe you should start drinking to give him an option, or get rid of him. He's not looking for drinking partners. He's looking for some sexy time partners. Are you insane? What is wrong with people? Don't really want to know that answer because I already know it. Now remember, find somebody you love and tell them, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Love everybody. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, male, female, gay, trans. If they are a good person, they are a good person. Show them respect and the love, because we all have the love inside of us. I'm full of love most of the time when I'm not angry. Hey, everybody, go give somebody a hug. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.